Sarah's Journal, July 28th, 2022. Creators inside and around us. Being at the temple is really nice. I received various promptings and answers to prayer all throughout the session. In the beginning, they were talking about Michael helping create their world, and then Michael ends up getting Adam's body. I thought about how Michael was creating a world, this world, but then he's born and he has no idea who he is. He has no idea who he's been, even the fact that he knows how to create worlds. Yet in this world, he doesn't remember who he is, thinking he's just Adam. How many of us think we're just ourselves, not realizing that we were what we were doing in heaven? We potentially have creators inside us, incredible, intelligent beings, and we've just forgotten who we are. We don't pay attention to those around us. We don't think they're interesting. And yet, what if we knew who they had been? If we knew who we had been, it's just incredible to me. It helps me see all the men in the room as they stood, like Adam, as so much more powerful and capable. A curious thought. What if those in this life who are creative are blessed with that talent because they used to be creators in our past life? August 7th, 2022, gathering at Big Springs. This past Thursday and Friday, my family joined the Simpsons, Galbraiths, and Cunninghams on a trip down to the waters of Mormon. It's a big spring that bubbles up from the earth with pure living water. You're not supposed to wade or swim there for good reason, since kids and adults could just be pulled down river easily with the strength of the spring. But off to the ledge, there is a space to wade in, and it is just deep enough to be under the water. So, because of the sign, the Simpsons go at night to fill up water containers and get in. My mom and some of the adults went first. I tried to get babies to sleep. Then they came back, and me, Adam, and Aaron went. We spent some time looking at the stars and talking. Then we walked down to the water. It was pitch black out, barely any light, and definitely not enough to walk by. As we walked down the path toward the mouth of the spring, we looked forward and saw a group of people. I would guess 100 or more spirits gathered together as a welcome party of sorts. One woman at the front stood out to me. She was beautiful, long dark hair, smiling brightly. I felt how special this place is to them and felt their joy to share it with us knowing truly what it is as the waters of Mormon. I felt their welcome and their love of this place. It was beautiful to see them gathered, to see her smiling face. The whole front row, I could see their faces clearly at the time, but only her face stayed in my mind. On the stone path into the grass, there was a spot we could more easily get in the water. Adam and I got in, and I dunked myself in a form of rebaptism. I did it twice, quickly in a row, trying to make sure all of me was in the water. I got back in a couple more times just to offer support and a safety net so that if the others felt unsure after dunking themselves in, I was there to steady them. It was a beautiful experience. I felt invigorated. Every cell felt alive. It's also very cold. The next morning, we took the whole group back to the springs, and as I stood by the water, feeling the crashing of the springs bubbling out of the ground, crashing against the surrounding rocks, it felt like some rocks around my heart were being crushed as well, breaking them down. It brought me to tears as I prayed, and perhaps what this feeling was all about. I drank a whole water bottle of the water. I don't actually remember what was said, but I remember asking the Lord to free me from it, to take it so that the weight could be lifted from my heart. What I felt impressed, then I felt impressed to drink another full bottle of water. I was laughing, thinking of how will it fit? Haha, but I drank it and felt wonderful. I talked with Erin about her seer stone that's blue and connected to her mom. I felt something about it I also don't recall, but shared at the time with Erin. It's beautiful how God prepares us for things and how he loves us. Ben asked me to give the prayer there, and I did so. I feel this water is special and turns us toward Christ, who is the living water, helps raise our vibration, bringing us closer to who we were designed to be. I guess it just felt very apparent how far our works have come from the beautiful and pure nature of God's creations. That felt very apparent here. The place was so special. When I first arrived, I was surprised to see that the spring bubbles up at the base of a steep cliff face, and it was impressed upon me that we just live our lives, that we are baptized as believers of Christ, and then we have a climb steeply upwards, drawing us closer to God, happiness, and lasting joy. I truly enjoyed being here. I wish it was closer for sure to go back often.